Happy New Year. We're almost there. It is almost the new year. Now, people have been saying Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, but now they're not saying Merry Christmas anymore because Christmas is gone. It's past. And now it's Happy New Year. And some of you are really excited because you got some plans for the new year. You're going to get that body fit, start eating better, exercise, get better grades, set some goals, become a bazillionaire. Everybody's got goals for the new year, and that's great. But before you do all that, pump the brakes. Before you set into all these goals, do this first.
Yo, hello, Mr. Brown. Hello, Mr. Brown. Hello, Mr. Brown.
Everybody, Mr. Brown here, and you know what? I grew up watching a lot of football. Still like to watch football, but I remember one player named Peyton Manning. This dude would come up to the line of scrimmage. He was a quarterback. He'd look around, he'd call these calls, and he'd look at the defense. He knew what he was doing. He was a pretty good player. Actually, probably one of the greatest players that ever played quarterback. But one thing I really watched him do was this. After every series, whether they scored a touchdown or not, he would always go to the sideline, meet with his coaches, and start looking at photos. Back then, they had the big old blimp that would take pictures. They look at the pictures, see the defense. Now, they got fancy cameras, and they pull out the tablet, start looking at plays. What was he doing? He was reviewing what took place, whether they scored or didn't score. He was always evaluating what went good, what went bad, so he can get better. You check that? What went good, what went bad, so he can get better. And I think that's what we need to do before we start getting all excited about the new year, all stuff we're gonna do. I'm gonna do all these things. That's great intention. But before we do that, we should look back and evaluate. Look back and evaluate. Look back over the last year. Before you start making all these great plans, which I think is a good idea, because I'm all about choices, because when you make better choices, you will live a better life. But before we do that, look back and evaluate. Evaluate what went good in the previous year. What good things took place? What bad things took place? Why? So you can get better. And you know what? Sometimes it's hard to do both. Sometimes it's hard to look at the good. I always ask students all the time, how you doing? They say, I'm good. Tell me something good. For some reason, we struggle sometimes to look at the good things. Why? Because sometimes the bad things, negative things can blare, can scream loud, because we get more emotionally attached to negative things. I know I'm a speaker. I make videos, and sometimes I look at comments, and I get some good comments, like 50 good comments, and one negative one. I'm like, why do you say that about me? And it takes more power from us than it gives us. But it's important to do both, to look at things that went good. So make a list. What went good this last year? Why? So you can build on it. What went bad this last year? It's painful to look at, yes, but you don't want to repeat it. You want to see what went bad so you can correct it. You look at the good, look at the bad, so you can get better. So that's my advice. Before you get all excited about the new year, which some of you are already excited, before you start making the big plans, just pump the brakes and look back and evaluate. And it's a choice. When you make better choices, you will live a better life. So choose well. Oh yeah, and Happy New Year. Peace!